legend around these parts of Georgia. Oh no, he doesn't run around with a football like this big guy from Johnson County. And he's not adept at dunking a basketball. But Bulldog lovers love this New York resident, because when someone says to Jack Davis, "How about them dogs?" he says, "I draw them dogs."
I want to go back to
Since 1976, Jack Davis has created the Bulldog billboards seen all over the state for his alma mater, the University of Georgia. And you can always recognize the style: flailing feet, animated hands, crazed expression, a study in manic action. And Jack earns not a penny from his Bulldog art. It is the labor of love from an Atlanta native.
I would draw posters and things, and I really was not a very good student. I would sit at the back of the room and draw pictures and not listen to the teacher, but I'd always come through with some kind of a drawing that got me through grammar school and then through high school. I did work on the annual like a lot of kids do, and the war came along, and I had to go into the Navy for about 3 years.
Following the war, Jack enrolled in Athens and pledged as an SAE. We went with Jack back to campus as he revisited his old house.
Because we started it. When I was here, we started the Magnolia Ball. We sent up to New York and to some theater place. We got all these competitors. I wanted to be a cartoonist. My last year, I took in New York at the Art Students League and would look for work during the day and go to school at night.
It was when he left for New York pursuing his career in art that he met William Gaines, and Jack Davis became one of the founding fathers of a three-letter phenomenon, MAD.
We came up with a sort of a humor magazine here on campus that was like a MAD in a way. We'd take off on ads and get local ads and things, and I'm not saying it developed from the bullshit that we put out, but it did start from a satire, almost like the Princeton Lampoon.
It was his work with MAD that led to artwork for other magazines, including Life, TV Guide, and Sports Illustrated. In 1972, he did a football cover for Time magazine.
I was so excited about it, and I love football anyway, and I said, well, that's it. And they all of a sudden, when they get into a jam, they need some artwork real fast, and this goes back to turning out my work so quick that I could turn out a cover for Time overnight.
Jack eventually did a record 30 covers for Time. He considers it the high point of his career. It was about this time that daughter Katie was off to attend the University of Georgia, and Jack offered his services to the team.
I had connections with the athletic department at Lauren Smith, and we started, and I wanted to do something for the school, and I'm a big Bulldog fan, and so I thought about doing the Bulldog in a Bulldog helmet and the uniform with a #1 on there. And the first Bulldogs, I only put the year that I was doing the billboards, but the #1 bit came about when they started, getting close to home with that.
One of his many admirers is the head dog, Vince Dooley.
I think the most important thing is the Bulldog, because that's the symbol and the spirit of Georgia, and he's really helped to promote that, and we can't thank him enough.
Well, I enjoy doing it. It's a real pleasure. I get a thrill out of it all the time. Every time I come down here. My daughter's name I always put on the bandages on the football players, and she was married in October. I put his name on there now. It's Chris. My style, I loved Walt Disney way back, and they always had big feet. Goofy had big feet, Diffie Dog, Donald Duck had big feet and big mouth, and then along came the big bad wolf, and he had very expressive hands and feet. And I think if you want to show action, it's got to come in your feet and in your hands. And I've always liked sports, and I think a cartoonist whatever he does, has got to have a feeling for action. And he's got to be hit a couple of times and know how it feels to be hit.
When he's not drawing, which is rarely, Jack enjoys golf, fishing, and he teaches Sunday school. At 57, he remains as energetic as ever, never looking to slow down.
I love to play golf, and I am the worst golfer in the world. And I come back down here and I play with my buddies, and they're all 18, 11 handicaps, and I'm a 24. And they give me a hard time. I love kids, and I love to see people laugh. And I love to play jokes on people, kid people, always. And I think if you're going to be a cartoonist or be in a humor, then you got to kind of have a childish sense of humor.
Maybe what makes Jack Davis's work so special is that his heart is in his art. And it's a heart that pumps red and black.
I have a lot of faith, and it comes through.